When you see monks in flowing robes, chanting peacefully in serene temples, do you ever wonder if they've simply escaped the stress of the world? Do you imagine that their lives are easy, peaceful, even luxurious if free from bills, bosses, and the burdens of daily life? But have you ever stopped to ask, what is the cost of such peace? Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the truths that most people overlook. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications, because what we're about to share will challenge everything you think you know about the spiritual path. Today's episode is about a topic riddled with misconceptions: the life of a monk. Many believe monks are retreating from life, and they found a shortcut to peace, and they live off donations, free of responsibility, untouched by the worries of the world. What if I told you that the monastic path is not an escape, but an extreme confrontation with reality? Let me take you inside the life of those who've taken the vows, and not from the outside looking in, but from the inside out. First glance, a monk's life may seem quiet and simple, and it is. But that simplicity is not comfort, it is discipline. It's not about having less, it's about facing more. Imagine waking up every day at 4:00 p.m., not to scroll your phone or check emails, but to sit in stillness and observe your own mind. Imagine giving up not only your possessions, but your opinions, your ego, your preferences. Imagine shaving your head as a symbol not of fashion, but of humility. Monastic life is not about relaxation, it's about renunciation. And what is renunciation? It's the deliberate choice to let go, not out of lack, but out of life, for truth, for liberation, for all beings. One of the greatest monks in modern history, Ivan Sitha, once said, "The true renunciation is not in leaving the world, but in letting go of the self." This is the core of monastic life, and not luxury, but labor. Not freedom from problems, but freedom from illusion. Let's walk through a typical day in a forest monastery. Before sunrise, the monks arise. Their first act is meditation and encounter with their own mind. There is no distraction, no entertainment, just breath, thought, silence, and the relentless awareness of every sensation. And comes chanting, not to ask for blessings, but to cultivate presence. Afterward, they begin alms rounds, walking barefoot through the village, bowl in hand. They don't ask for food, they simply receive what is offered. This teaches humility, repentance, trust in the community. It also teaches the villagers generosity and mindfulness. Eat once a day whatever is given. They don't choose the menu, they don't complain. Every meal is a lesson in acceptance. The rest of the day is spent in study, chores, and more meditation. Cleaning toilets is not beneath a senior monk. Scrub braiding the floor is not punishment, it's practice. Every action is part of training the mind to be present, grateful, and unattached. At night, they return to the cushion, often meditating for hours while others sleep. One Netflix, or dating, then, with Brahma. Just breath, just awareness, just being. This may sound boring to some, but to those who've tasted the chaos of worldly life, it is a sanctuary, mirror, furnace that burns away delusion. And let's be clear, this life is not easy. Monks face loneliness, they face temptation, they face their own shadows, with no escape. There are no distractions, no achievements to hide behind, no ego strokes, just the raw truth of who they are. Any new monks leave within a year, not because the food is bad or the beds are hard, but because they meet themselves for the first time, and they can't handle what they see. A real monastery is not made of bricks, it's made of discipline, silence, and surrender. So why do people become monks? Some are ground by suffering, life has broken them, and they seek healing. Others are drawn by curiosity, what lies beyond the ness, and some are pulled by karma, the calling from lifetimes past. But all eventually come to the same realization: monkhood is not a refuge from life, it is life in its raw state, purest form. And for many, it is the only path that makes sense. Let me share a story. Here was a young man named Daniel, a successful tech entrepreneur who had everything: money, power, recognition. But he felt empty. After a mental breakdown, Lee left his company and traveled to Asia, eventually ordaining in a Thai forest monastery. In the beginning, he hated it. The food was bland, the silence was deafening, the routine was rigid. But slowly, something shifted. He began to see his thoughts not as facts, but as passing clouds. He began to feel his breath and not as background noise, but as sacred rhythm. He began to realize that his entire life had been a chase for external validation. For the first time, he found peace and not in achievement, but in stillness. Years later, Daniel disrobed, but he never went back to his old life. He became a meditation teacher, helping others find the silence he once fled. That is the power of monastic life. It doesn't change who you are, it reveals it. And no, it's not for everyone. But its lessons are. Because you don't need to shave your head or live in a cave to practice monk-like awareness. You can wake up early. You can simplify your desires. You can observe your thoughts. You can serve without needing credit. You can live in the world but not be ruled by it. That is the secret. So the next time you see a monk, don't assume they're escaping life. Realize that they might be confronting it more deeply than anyone else. And if you feel called to explore this path, even a little of all of that whisper, it might be your soul asking for space. I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt the pull toward simplicity? Have you ever practiced letting go, even in small ways? Share your journey in the comments. If this video opened your eyes, please support our channel and subscribe, like, and share. And if you'd like to explore spiritual discipline more deeply, join our member community for guided practices and teachings. Monkhood is not about robes or rituals, it's about freedom. And freedom begins the moment you let go of everything you thought you needed.